Welcome back! Today's guide is all about player versus player, for short, PvP. The video will be split into 3 parts, one on Battlegrounds, one on Cyrodiil, and the other on the Imperial City. So let's get started. Starting with Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds was added with ESO's first ever chapter release. After about a year, ZeniMax made the decision to actually make it a part of the base game, meaning you didn't need to own the Morrowind chapter in order to play Battlegrounds. So what are Battlegrounds? Battlegrounds are a variety of games that 3 teams of 4 will compete in. The games include Deathmatch. This is literally a 4v4v4. Capture the Relic. Involves having to capture the enemy relic to gain a point. However, you need to protect your own relic to prevent the enemy from gaining a point. Capture the Flag is a game where you and your team must own and control as many of the 4 flags as you can. The more flags you have, the more points you get. Crazy King. It's very similar to Capture the Flag, but this time the flags actually move, and upon changing location, they become neutral, so you have to recapture them. Lastly, you have Chaos Ball, which can be seen in the footage now. This involves having to hold the Chaos Ball for as long as possible. Each few seconds held grants points, however the Chaos Ball does more and more damage to you the longer you hold it, so it's impossible to hold it forever. You will also have both the enemy teams going after you. Upon completing a game, regardless of position, you will be sent mail with some rewards. Depending on position will depend on rarity of the loot. You could get armor sets, weapons, style materials, transmute crystals, and sometimes even motifs. Let's talk Cyrodiil. This style of PvP is set in the enormous zone that is Cyrodiil. This is very large scale PvP, and I highly recommend having a good mount before going to Cyrodiil, because the travelling you have to do can be exhausting. The goal of Cyrodiil PvP is to see your alliance to victory and to place your highest scoring alliance member on the Ruby Throne to become Emperor. The land is covered in forts that each have 3 resources surrounding them: farms, mines and lumber mills. Outposts that are just smaller forts with no resources. Towns that can be controlled by any of the 3 alliances. And lastly, Elder Scroll keeps. These massive buildings hold and keep safe the Elder Scrolls. All of these buildings can be taken over and controlled by any of the 3 alliances. At the end of the day, that's the whole idea of Cyrodiil PvP. Players take resources to make it easier to take forts. With each fort captured, that alliance will be granted boons and blessings, making them stronger. With each Elder Scroll owned by an alliance, they will be granted more boons and blessings. The final aim is to dominate Cyrodiil. The alliance with the most points at the end of the campaign, usually about a month, will win the campaign. The player with the highest score in the winning alliance will become Emperor. In Cyrodiil and Battlegrounds, you will be introduced to a new currency, Alliance Points. It works the same as gold, but it's only usable in PvP areas. I'd like to welcome you to the Imperial City. Completely taken over by Molag Bal and his foul Daedra, this zone has got quite a lot of PvE activities, even though it's technically PvP. The aim of the Imperial City is to take and control each flag in each district. There are 6 districts in total, therefore 6 flags. The flags work the exact same as taking resources and keeps in Cyrodiil. Upon taking a flag, your alliance will receive boons and blessings. To be completely honest, that is it for PvP within the Imperial City. The rest of the zone is filled with monsters and bosses that require groups to take down, a whole sewer system that contains more enemies and bosses, and the zone is full of quests. Keep in mind though, there are many enemy players out there. You could be minding your own business and doing some quests, but someone on the enemy alliance could see you as a threat and kill you. Always keep one eye open. In the Imperial City you can also receive alliance points, but also a new currency called Telvar Stones. This currency can only be used within the Imperial City. Telvar Stones are quite fun to farm. The reason why is because the more Telvar you have, the more you earn. Therefore, the longer you farm, the more lucrative farming becomes. However, if you die to a player, you will lose roughly 50% of all of your Telvar Stones, and the player who killed you will receive them. That marks the end of this PvP Beginner's Guide. I hope you all found this helpful in some way, and if so, then don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you all in the next guide, which will be about reaching a level 50 and receiving your first champion point. If you missed the last episode, then link will be in the description. That episode was all about exploring the world of ESO and what you can do in it. So until next time, bye for now.